I'm your host, Storyscape. You're joining me for Titanic, episode 16. I stare up in the darkness of the ventilation shaft, the way out, according to Charlie. Charlie. I look back towards the boiler rooms. Part of me hopes he's changed his mind, that I'll see him hurrying towards us. But I know Charlie better than that. I wipe away my tear and turn to those I still can save. Mateo and Helene. Helene's eyes are wide. She's afraid. I need to be strong. For them. Helene, go on. I'll be right behind you. Helene nods and puts one hand on the ladder. With a loud exhalation, she starts her climb. I watch her disappear into the darkness above. I grip the ladder and pull myself up. I've climbed several dozen rungs when my boots get caught up in my skirts. I slip, and for one terrified moment, I'm left dangling by my arms until my feet find purchase again. From then, I proceed slowly, cursing the dress that I constantly threatens to entangle me. I hear Helene, heavy breathing above, Mateo even breathes below. I still can't see anything. Helene's voice sounds shrill. She's stopped climbing. You're doing great. You can do this, Helene. We're almost there. You have no way of knowing that. But she starts climbing faster than before. And at last, I feel a breeze. I see it. I see the top. She disappears through a small opening. I follow her on a platform beneath the stars. We're at the top of the rear funnel. Below us, some 60 or 70 feet, is the boat deck. I can see small figures scrambling around the lifeboats. I wonder if one of them is Zetta. A flare shoots overhead. The entire ship is bathed in orange. In its glare, I get a platform some 20 feet beneath us. And below that, the ladder to the deck. God, they did fantastic artwork for this. This must be where we need the rope ladder for. Charlie said it would be tricky. Tricky? Try insane. I'm not climbing down this thing. You can do it. You've overcome far worse. Helene, after everything you've been through, these last few days, these last few years, I know you can do this. You're just saying that to make me feel better. Is it working? Do you feel better? A little, but it's not like I have a choice. I unspool the rope ladder and loop one in through a crossbar. The rope is just long enough to reach the platform below. I go first, my arms and legs trembling as I cling to the rope. Then I'm on the small platform in easy reach of the service ladder. From there, it's an easy climb down to the deck, where our arrival is barely noticed. I can understand why people's attention would be elsewhere. The moment my feet touch the deck, I feel a pronounced slope of it. The ship is pitched forward several more degrees since we left the engine room. Mateo, once he's on the deck, feels it too. We need to find Zetta fast. Adele! I turn to see Lawrence and his companions, Felix, emerge from the first-class promenade. Lawrence still wears his finery from Zetta's birthday party. It's hard to believe that only a few hours ago we danced. God, he's more brighter than ever, though. It looks like he's gold. Adele, you must get on a lifeboat. So should you. And why aren't you two on one? The ship officer told us, most impolitely, there was only room for one of us. I wish you'd just have gone. Oh, stop. I told you we'd go together. Or not at all. Felix shakes his hand. You fool. But he slides his hand into Lawrence's and squeezes it. Zetta may have more luck. You saw Zetta? She was trying to talk some sense into the officer by the forward lifeboat. I look to where he points and see a number of boats already beginning their descent into the sea. You'd better hurry. Why didn't you come with us? Oh, we would, but we learned there are quite a few passengers who don't believe the ship will sink before help arrives. We mean to convince them. For some, the word of a renowned documentarian holds more weight than that of a captain. Absurd. And as said renowned documentarian, Adele, you and your friends should go. Find Zetta. Thank you, and don't wait too long. You should hurry yourselves. There aren't enough lifeboats for everyone aboard.
So we've heard.
He and Felix exchange a grim look.
Take care, Adele.
Felix bows his head, and the pair of them join passengers gathered on the promenade. Zetta. I'm cut off by the sound of another flare. I think I see her. Lainey hurries off towards the forward lifeboat, Mateo right behind her. They start to follow, only to be caught up in a mob of passengers. They're led by a steward who's shouting about the boats at the rear of the ship. I feel a hand clamp down on my shoulder, and suddenly I'm yanked backward in a dim light of the gymnasium. Oh, hello. I'm slammed against the wall. Now I see my attacker, James.
You think you're getting on a boat? Got a trash like you?
Slams me against the wall again, knocking the wind from me. His eyes are wide, crazed.
I told you that your life would be over if you didn't do what I said.
Please, we need to leave. James, we need to get to the lifeboats. The ship is sinking.
I know, and I'm making sure you sink with it.
The door slams open beside me. Mateo strides in the room. James's grip on me relaxes.
Mateo, there you are.
Mateo's uncertain gaze shifts from James to me. Lainey's just outside. Are you all right? James sees.
Shouldn't you be asking me that question? Aren't I the one who pays you to ensure my well-being?
Adele. I start to speak, and James silences me with a powerful slap. For a moment, I'm too stunned to respond. He turns his glare towards Mateo.
Tell me, this is not what you've been doing while I've been searching the ship, trying to find you. Tell me you haven't been with her.
Mateo's silence seals his guilt.
She betrayed me. The girl is nothing, a rat who gnawed her way into polite society.
We don't have time for this. Stop this. We need to get to a lifeboat. I search for some glimmer of understanding in James's eyes, but I see only madness.
Not you.
I try to shove past James, but he won't let me pass. James, let her go. James whirls to face him. We're done, James. Just leave us be. You never have to see us again. I expect fury, but I see on James's face is incredulity. We're done. He laughs, half choking.
No, forget her, Tio. Come with me, I'll get us on a boat.
I can't forget her, I won't. James staggers back as if struck. For a moment I think it's over, then James lunges at Mateo. His fist connects with Mateo's ear. Mateo drops to the ground. James turns to me and I see the knife in his hand. I back away farther into the gymnasium, looking for anything I might use as a weapon.
It's your fault. All of it. I asked for your help, but instead you poisoned people against me.
Behind me I see Mateo slowly rising from the ground. My back hits a wall. There's nowhere to go. Reason with James. James, please, you're not a murderer.
You've never understood what I am or what I'm willing to do.
I raise an arm to block James, but he catches it in one hand and slashes the knife, grazing my cheek with its blade. Get away from her! Mateo pulls James off me. The pair struggle for a moment, then Mateo throws a punch that sends James flying into an electric camel. I hear something crack as James falls back, pulling the cumbersome equipment over with him. Mateo's at my side, steadying me. Are you all right? I'm fine. I see a darker spot spreading on Mateo's tailored coat. Blood. You're injured. Mateo looks down and gingerly touches the spot. Just beneath his ribs, I see him wince, but he says, it's nothing. Barely a scratch. Let me look at it. I'll be the judge of that. I gently push aside the coat and torn cloth. The cut is several inches long and looks deep. Mateo. Mateo draws back, pulling his coat back over the wound. I told you it's nothing. I frown back at him just as the ship gives a great shudder. The lights flicker, a reminder of the horrors yet to come. We need to go.
Help me!
I turn to see James, his arm pinned beneath the electric camel on the wall, but neither I nor Mateo moves to help him. He scowls.
If you know what's good for you, you'll get over here and pull this thing off of me.
Or what?
James scoffs. Mateo, you won't leave me to die. If it weren't for me, you'd be scraping in the dirt. She'd be rotting in a cell. I glance at Mateo. His face is awash of competing emotions. Anger, guilt, chief among them. A little gratitude is owed.
You tried to kill me. You came at me with a knife and you expect gratitude?
His face twists in fury and he screams, "You forgot your place!" Draws a breath and says more calmly, "Now help me." Mateo looks at me quietly. He says, "It's up to you." James screams again, "Get this thing off of me!" He shoves at the contraption. It barely moves.
Adele, we need to go.
Leaving him is a death sentence, but if we free him, who knows what he'll do.
No. No.
You are an evil, vindictive man. You've done nothing but try and destroy Zetta, your only family. You tried to kill us. You tried to kill Mateo. You controlled and manipulated a small child that was our sister. No. Every human being should have a limit of how much good they're willing to put into bad men or women. No.
We need to save ourselves. We can't worry about saving him too. He doesn't deserve it.
What? James' shriek is high-pitched, unbearable. You can't leave me. You have nothing without me.
Mateo hesitates, and for a moment I think he's unable to abandon his employer. Then he follows me out of the gymnasium.
I shut the door on James's screams. On the deck, pandemonium has broken out. I hear shouts coming from the port side of the ship. Several shots ring out.
Was that a gun? It's all falling apart. Let's get your sister and go.
A woman rushes past us, crying out for her missing son. Nearby, a group of male passengers are close to blows, arguing over whether to board a lifeboat or not. Music drifts out from one of the parlors, adding an extra layer of unreality to the chaos transpiring on the deck. I'm exhausted, cold, but never have been more determined.
If there's a way out of this nightmare, I will find it.
We make our way to where Helene waits. When she sees the state of us, her eyes grow wide and her mouth forms the beginning of a question.
We're fine.
Glances back at the gymnasium where James remains and likely shall remain. I search for regret on Mateo's face, but see none.
I was scared you'd never return.
I grip her hand.
I'm here now.
I see a decisive figure pushing through the crowd towards us.
Mateo! Adele!
Sabine elbows past one of the particular dazed men to reach us. She straightens out of the life belt that's tied over her dress.
They've been lowering the boats, half full. Idiots. Zetta's been trying to talk sense into them, but they won't listen.
A gleam of blonde hair catches my eye. Zetta. She's standing near one of the empty daffets, shouting at a poker-faced officer. She shakes her head in disgust and cuts towards us. She stops when she sees us.
Adele!
Ooh, that life vest is nothing for your fashion, honey. She pulls me into an embrace. I feel her lips on my cheek. On the edge of my mouth, she draws back.
I started imagining horrible things. What might have happened to you below decks? It made me realize I can't stand the thought of being parted from you. We're all together now. Well, you don't have to think about that right now. I'm here. You are.
She lightly touches my cheek and then looks around, observing the many witnesses to our reunion. I sense her unquenched desire at odds with her fear of being seen, of being judged.
I know what you want. I want it too. So do it. Right here. Who cares what they think? Damn them all.
She reaches up and pulls my mouth to hers. The kiss is exquisitely soft, for all of its haste.
Now we must survive.
Okay, Queen Amidala with those earrings. Her smile lingers for a moment before twisting into a scowl.
Despite the ineptitude of some of the crew aboard. Wretched bastards. They said they'd wait, but they didn't. The boat's gone. We'll find another. I heard a steward saying there are more boats at the rear of the ship. We'd better hurry, but I've had no luck finding James. I was hoping maybe...
She stretches her neck to search behind me.
But he's not with you either.
I see her face collapse with worry.
Did you see him?
The truth is a bitter mistress in the darkness of the night.
He tried to kill us. We saw him. He attacked us. Would have killed us if we'd let him.
Zetta clutches my arm.
But you didn't. He's still...
Yes, he's alive but injured.
And you just left him?
As Adele said, he tried to kill us. Of course we left him. Somehow he's at my side without having noticed his arrival. Zetta's incredulous stare shifts from Matteo back to me.
Where?
He's in the gymnasium, but Zetta turns from us instead, addressing Sabine.
Get them on the boat, I'll see to James.
God. Damn it, Zetta!
But, Madame...
Zetta abruptly hugs Sabine. The pair are silent, the maid's face curled into her mistress's shoulder.
We won't be far behind.
Sabine nods, her lips pressed together in a taut line. Zetta hesitates before leaving.
Goodbye, Adele.
Don't do this, please, Zetta.
There's no changing my mind.
I should have never told you.
God damn the truth.
Well, like I said, it's a bitter mistress. She won't look at me. I can't bear it. I lightly lift her chin. Her green eyes bore through me.
Please don't make this harder than it is, my love.
She hurries away. I move to follow, but Sabine catches my arm.
She told me to get you on a boat. I intend to do just that.
I looked to where Zetta was a moment ago, and she's gone.
The boats are leaving.
I follow Sabine gaze and see one of the aft boats, now full of passengers, descending over the side. We move to the edge of the crowd gathered there.
Stay here, I'll see to it.
And with that, she hurries off. Matteo moves to stand beside me.
If anyone's going to talk our way onto a boat, it's Sabine.
I think his words are intended to be hopeful, but they come out Morse.
Whatever happens to Zetta, I hope you won't blame yourself.
I won't.
It's Zetta's choice to go back, not mine.
Perhaps I'm rubbing off on you.
I want you to know whatever else comes, I stand by you. No one else.
For a long moment, we stand in silence, lost in our own thoughts. I hear a resigned sigh from him.
While we wait,
he glances at Helene, but she's paying no attention to us, drawn into the dramas unfolding on the deck.
Matteo, what is it? When I told you my feelings, I said I didn't need to know yours. But I do now. I may be a fool for asking this, because I'm not blind. I saw you with Zetta, but I also know attraction is one thing. Love, another entirely. So I'm asking, do you love me, or...
I cast a look in the direction in which Zetta disappeared.
Do you love someone else?
Oof. This is tough. I mean, I like him. Don't get me wrong. And our hearts, as a person who has loved and lost, and wants to love again, I think our hearts are more than capable of loving more than one person. But do I love him? It takes a lot to love a person for me. Needs emotional connection, bonding, and it's something that we really haven't been given the chance to. So I'm gonna go with it's not that simple. I don't know that I can choose. I have feelings for more than one person. I think you do. No. Please, Adele, tell me. Oh, for the love of Christ! His voice is plaintive. There's a desperate quality that I can't just ignore. Oh, man. Don't do this to me, Matteo. Don't do... Shit! This is, whoa, this game, damn it, this damn app is good. I'm just gonna say it. I have to be true to my heart and who I feel more connection to, and I'm gonna have to go with, I mean, as much as I would like to say Charlie, he was just a really good person that cared about what we cared about. He had things in common with us, our sister, whatnot. Zetta, though, we've spent so much time with and kind of felt feelings for. I search my mind for the truth, and the answer is almost immediate. Zetta. I can't picture my life before her, or without her. She has transformed that completely with her fire. The realization pains me in the wake of her leaving. It's a moment before I can say it aloud. It's Zetta. I love Zetta. I expect anger or sorrow, but instead, he just smiles wanly. I thought you might. The two of you make a good match. I am stunned by his acceptance, but the moment is broken by Sabine's shrill cry. Rabbitament! I found us a boat! Sabine waves us over to a boat that's quickly filling up with passengers. The officer on the board helps Helene over the side of the boat, and then Sabine. Matteo takes my arm, and we start to climb aboard together. Helps me over the boat's edge when I hear a shout. Not you! I look up to see the steward, a young man from the ticket office when I first boarded. He has his hand against Matteo's chest. There's room for a dozen more men. And a dozen more there'll be, but none will be men like you. Oh, you racist mother... Men like him. My cheeks burn. I remember how dismissive the steward was of Helene, how uncaring. Would he have helped her? Had she been just a shade paler, a little less exotic? Matteo's face struggles to contain the rage I know he feels. You narrow-minded monster. He has as much right to live as any man. Guess we'll have to agree to disagree. Get on the boat, miss. What are you gonna do? Shoot him? You gonna shoot him, buddy? I hesitate, looking back at Matteo, formulating my next argument. Well, you're welcome to stay with him. He grabs my arm, meaning to pull me away from the boat. No. The steward stops and allows Matteo to take my hand. Get on the boat, Adele. And then, in a whisper, he adds, I'll jump for it, while the boat's being lowered. Sounds dangerous. It's the only way. Now let's give him a convincing goodbye. He draws me into an embrace. I came back. I hold him in my arms for a moment. For all of his apparent steadfast, he's trembling. When I draw back, his eyes are shining with tears. I hesitate. Go. I squeeze in beside Sabine and whisper Matteo's plan. I hear her say something in a French, what sounds like a quick prayer. Lainey shoots me a questioning look, and I give a subtle shake of my head. It's agonizing watching the other men, mostly men, in fact, board the vessel, all while I keep my eyes on Matteo, waiting for him to make us move. The boat lurches as it begins to lower. My heart pounds as I wait for the leap. He's nearly out of you. When he opens his jacket, I see the spread of blood on his shirt, the wound James inflicted. He shakes his head. I can't, he mouths. And then goodbye. No! I try to stand, but the boat lurches again and I fall. I would have careened over the side if it wasn't for Sabine's quick arms. She and another passenger pull me to safety. I look up again, but all I see is a sleek black hull of the ship. Mateo's gone. I feel something digging into my side and pull it free. Mateo's wristwatch. He must have put it in my pocket when he said goodbye. I feel it ticking against my pulse, not waterlogged as he feared. He knew, is all I can think. He knew. He wanted to get me off the ship, and with most things in his life, he knew how to get it. One final manipulation. I smile grimly. I feel Sabine shift beside me, her fingers clasp mine. Above our heads, a shooting star arcs across the sky, leaving a bright trail, and as quickly as it glimmered, it's gone. Why you do this? Why do you make me feel this way? This is a damn good app. That's all I'm saying. It is a really good app. So if you enjoyed the video, there's one chapter left. Yeah, it was a really good video. Or may I say chapter. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Without further ado, if you did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon, receive notifications, and hope to see you guys around. And, hey, links down below for social media, Discord, feelings to support me and my content. Catch you all later. Peace.